Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Zhou Guangbin, a master student from SIMC, majoring in Western wind instrument, the oboe, and passionate about chamber music. Today, I'm going to share my research on the topic that's close to many musicians' hearts, how the oboe's unique sound shapes plans in the chamber music. Now this is my content. Okay, let's begin. You have probably heard the oboe before. Sometimes it's in front and center, clear and bright, and other times it's metals right into the groove, warm and soft. Have you ever spotted to wonder why what happens? That's the questions that started this project. My goal today is to share practical things we learned, things that can help any musician playing in a chamber ensemble. Okay, to keep these things easy to follow, we will to show that made this research important, how we did it. Big questions we ask what we found and how this can make your rehearsal and performance better. Let's start with the core and the research, the question we wanted to answer, and how we plan to find the answers. First, first the three main questions. The first one, how does the oboe sounds, we call this timbre, affect the whole ensemble's balance? We wanted to know if a breed oboe sounds or warm one changes how well the group fits together. The second question is what techniques work to make the oboe blend with others, but still be heard clearly. We look at both skills and how they understand the music. The third question: does the oboe's job change with different types of music? We compared two styles, baroque music and improvisational music, to the to see if the oboe needs the sound different. Now, how did we plan this? We split it into phases. Weeks 1 and 2 were all about reading. We looked at book and articles about the oboe and the chamber music. We also picked two pieces to work on: Bach's Tango Sonata, that's Baroque, and Debussy's Semins as impersonal synthesis. Then from week 3 to 8, we got to play. We rehearsed 2 week, recorded every session, and made changes based on what we noticed. But before we started, we talked to other obists and they told us about their struggles. One fan said, I can never get the oboe to work with the candle. Either I'm too loud or you can't even hear me. A lot of us also said the same things. Bless the heart, we don't talk enough in rehearsal, and we never have enough time to practice together. That's why this research matters. It's not just about the books, it's about fixing real problems musicians face. Next, let's talk about how we did the research. Our main operation was simple. We used a practice lead lab. That means we rehearsed, recorded what we played, and thoughts about what works, and then adjusted our playing. Is away. Everything we found, everything we found comes from actually making music, not just reading theory. Okay, we used for tools to construct information, and they are all things you could use to first the video and the audio recordings. We recorded it rehearsal so we could go back and listen closely to the oboes sound in different parts of the music. Second, a daily general. Every day after rehearsing, I wrote, I wrote down what I did, like I made the oboe sound warmer today. And what happened is, like the cellist said, we blended better. Third series, we asked 40 other music students to tell us about their problems with the ensemble plans. 44th Invenius. We talk about to five music teachers. They have been doing this for years, so the tips were really helpful. The several thoughts are something surprising, and later communication is a bigger problem than plans itself. A, a lot of students said we never talk about who is leading or how loud to play. That made us focus even more on simple was to communicate better during re- rehearsal. Before we started our research, we looked at what other study students and already said about the oboe and the chamber music. The good news is exciting research tell us a lot about how the oboe should sound, like what makes a good oboe tone, and some general rules for keeping plants in an ensemble. But there's a big gap. No studies concept changing the oboe sound and real. Everyday rehearsal everyday rehearsals. They talk about theory, but not about what to do when you are in a room with a piano or and a violin or flute, and the oboe is too loud. Is that's the gap or research fields. Now, why did we focus on the oboe? Well, the oboe is special. First, its root is one of the kind. Its sound is warm, but it can also cut throats. Other instruments, like if you are in a group with a violin or candle, the oboe can still be heard. Unlike strings, which are easier to keep at a steady volume. The oboe can jump from too loud to too steady, soft quickly. That makes super important for plans. Second, if you look at the simple graph of sound uh, frequencies, the oboe's range is different from a violin or what what that means it can stand it out with it need to, but that's also why it's very easy to mix up the plans. Now let's get the most exciting part, what we found. Okay, you can see the biggest discovery was this. The oboe's tempo is like a blank canal. Think of it like a radio return it one way, breathe sound, and the oboe stands out, turn it the other way, warm sound, and it blends in. Okay, a breathe oboe sound is clear, like a bell. It's perfect for playing the main melody, like in Bach Tango Sonata. When we played it Bach, we used a breathe sound and the oboe did the groove perfectly. Everyone could follow it. A warm oboe sound is softer, like a blanket. It's great for when the oboe is in the background, like in Debussy scenerics. When we use the warm sound there, the oboe fits right in with the other instruments. Uh, no one was too loud, and the whole piece flies smooth. We even have audio clips to prove it. If we had more time, I'd play them for you. And we also found three simple struggles that fix most plans problems. Let's call them our three rules. First, talk. Talk first. Before you start rehearsing, agree on who's leading each section. For example, in this part, the oboe leads. In the part, the candle leads. This of confusion no more. Idols you were you were leading. Momentum second, listen more. Always focus on the lowest instrument in the group. Use the candle. Match its volume. If the candle is playing the softly, you should too. It keeps you from playing too loud. Third, adjust for the music. Play Brit or for Baroque music, warm for impersonations music. It sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. We tested these rules in a real rehearsal and it worked. Once when we played the WCs, the oboe was way too loud. It was drawing out the violin. We remembered our rules. We made the sound warmer, focused on the canal's volume, and within 5 minutes, the plants were perfect. Everyone in the group said it sounded like a different piece better. Finally, let's talk about why this research matters and who it helps. First, oboists, you now have a clear, easy ways to change your sound for better blends. No more guessing uh, what I should do. Just use the blends canal boring or warm and listen to the kind of second music teaches. You can use these schedules to teach students how to adapt their playing instead of just singing. Blend better. You can say try a warmer sound and match the kind of search researchers. This project shows how to connect both theories to real playing. Their researcher can use this as a model for studying other instruments like flutes or cornets. We already have feedback from a peer. One student said using the talk first rule and made their rehearsal twice as fast. They didn't waste time arguing about two ladies. They just played and it sounded better. Let me warm up with the three key things to remember. First things, the oboe sound is a superpower for blends. Use it. Adjust based on the music. And the second, talking and listening fix most problem. You don't need fancy skills. Just talk about leadership and listen to the lowest instrument. Third things, match your sound to the music style. Boring for baroque, warm for impersonation. Here are the reference. If you do have interest in my topic, feel free to get in touch with me and we can have more discussions. Before the end, I want to say talk thank you. Thank you to the five teachers and 40 students who took the survey and my ensemble uh, members who researched with me every week. None of this would have been possible without them. Thank you all of listening. I hope this topic help you in your next rehearsal or performance. So now if you have any questions about the research, you can ask me. Thank you very much.